So, I mean, what advice do you have someone that maybe they have shot, I don't know, five solid bucks, let's say, and now there's a buck that they're thinking about, it's the summer. They're
Yep.
inspired by this conversation. What's their next step? To find them right now in the summer and start learning even more about them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Depending on your terrain, of course, a lot of guys tell me, well, I can't hunt like you do. And I get that. A lot of guys live in Ross County or counties that you can't see the ag fields. I'm going to use my cameras then, or I'm still going to get in there because I'm hooked on this camera thing. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to take pictures, but I don't expect everybody to do that. The commitment level that I've put to it, I think my family would tell you I'm a nutcase when it comes to that. Literally, like, once June gets here, every single evening, I'm looking for something to take pictures of. So I think that the sooner you find them, just like this year, there's 2 deer I'm looking for. I think I might have found one of them. Okay, I got one more I'm still looking for. But you make your decision which one, and you'll get better because you decide that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that accomplished. If I don't get it done this year, so what? I burn a tag. You want some meat for the freezer? Shoot a doe.
Mm-hmm.
But it establishes your character and it makes you a better hunter. The summertime stuff for me, I mean, I'm telling you, I get juiced. I took pictures the other night of a big non-typical, and the wheat had just been harvested,
Mm-hmm.
and the deer were in the wheat that was harvested, and there was some wheat between me and him that wasn't harvested. And I got right down on the ground and I crawled right underneath the wheat level and tripped my tripod right up above him. And I'm telling you, man, I was juiced like I had the release in my hand. It was just absolutely awesome. I love it. I just can't stay away from it. When my wife makes plans to go dinner, I'm pissed off about it. It's not what I want to do right now. We can go to dinner in frickin' January.
Right.
But anyway, the summertime passion of it, I almost hate to talk about it because I don't need a whole lot of competition out there doing it, but it's not about that anymore with me. It's not the big secret. I love sharing. I love talking about it. Just like this conversation with you. This is, I mean, I've never done one of these, but damn, this is fun to jack it back and forth with guys that love it like I do.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what about the risk versus reward of summer pictures and summer scouting? Because I think that's something that crosses a lot of people's mind. They're thinking, well, do I really want to go out there and possibly get busted? I mean, how are you weighing that risk versus reward? Or is it kind of the same thought process of you're far away, you're still strategic, and you're kind of just hunting with a camera? Is that your thought process?
Yeah, to a point, but also when I'm getting busted right now, Jake, if I get busted right now, that's not hurting a thing. That's not hurting a thing for October or November. Now, if I keep harassing the deer, that's a whole different story. I'm not doing that. I'm doing from a distance. Now, I do get close, and it's fun to get close. And the closer you get, the better pictures I get. I mean, I got files of pictures now that I literally damn, I took that picture. That's a really freaking good picture, And I guess some of the guys looking at my pictures now, they're professional photographers, guys that really know their stuff. Shit, I don't know anything about this. I'm just determined. I'm going to get close and I'm going to get good pictures. But busting one right now, I mean, if somebody tells that I'm doing damage right now, I didn't damage any of these guys. Okay.
Until fall.
And I got close to all of them. Everything that I got around me here, I got pictures of, and that's another part of it that I love.
That is cool.
And I will tell you that you get better when you're trying to get close to a big deer. The more times you're successful, the better you're getting at putting a tag on him. And I'll argue that with anybody. I mean, I'm getting close to in July, you think that's going to affect him in October? I'm sorry, I don't buy it. I mean, not unless I'm chasing him around on my bike. Which isn't happening.
Yeah. Interesting.
Bike's 100 yards behind me laying on the ground. So,
yeah, that's interesting. I think, and this is something that I noticed throughout the season, or the more times I've had summer jobs throughout college or high school where I was outside all the time working outside, and I felt more sharp come fall than right now. I work I work from my computer all day, and then I'm not outside as much. But during season, when I'm outside in the woods every single day or doing something outside, you do get more in tune with what's going on. And I think that's why I think that's why you're more successful. That's a part of it. You're just in tune with nature because you're out there every single day.
Yep. And when you start to understand their little habits, I mean that puts you, that you're a serial killer. That's what it is. You're literally stalking him to put a tag on him. I hate to, put it like that, but that's
Uh-huh.
just the truth of the matter. I mean, that's the deer I'm interested in. I'm going to try to put my eyes on him every chance I get and watch him until I can't see him anymore, and learn everything I can about him to use against him when I got a tag in my hand.
Hmm. So let's just kind of walk through a general scenario. So you followed a specific buck all summer.
Yes.
Your guys' season opens up late September. Are you trying to strike right away because you have all the information, or are you waiting for specific weather conditions? I mean, just kind of maybe walk through an example or what your kind of ethos are about it.
Okay, this will segue into some of the things that I've learned from summer scouting. Okay, I do pay attention to the moon. I like the moon, but you can't hunt by the moon because deer don't always necessarily aren't behaving that particular. You don't want to stop hunting just because you don't have a right moon or whatever it is. Weather conditions make an enormous difference, and you'll notice that in the summertime. When I get my wife kids me about this. It's raining. I know where you're going to be tonight. I mean, if I get an afternoon thunderstorm that clears out about 3:30 or 4 o'clock, man, I can't get where I'm going fast enough because they're going to be on their feet. It's predictable. It's going to happen. Now, if I get a rising moon the same day, I'm looking at those dates on my phone. And I'm going, okay, the moon rises at 4:30 today, and I got a 2 o'clock thunderstorm. Man, I know where I'm going to be, and it's money.
Where are you going to be? What does that setup look like?
I'm going to be I'm going to be on my bike with a tripod mounted on my bow grip and a backpack with my camera in it. I'm heading to where I know where I need to be. And a lot of times I won't even be able to beat them there because they're already up and moving because that thunderstorm, they're not going to lay in the rain. Yeah. And that segues to the early season. I mean, the early season comes in here in late September. The first couple of weeks of October you're still in that summer pattern. And if you are in a situation where you can see your target deer, you've got that thunderstorm or whatever that weather, cold front's another great example. And you got a rising moon that day, man, I sorry, don't make dinner plans. I got to be where I need to be. And then I watched him the night before do it. Okay. Now, I'm sorry. It's going to take something really serious for me not to be in the tree. Right. Uh-huh. So, but that early season is very similar to what you've been watching for the last month and a half.
I can't imagine how cool it is to see the buck that you're going to kill in the summer. You're taking pictures of them, and then you kill them in the fall. Because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of guys kill a buck, and maybe their interaction was 10 seconds. It was in the rut. They never saw that deer before. They had no clue, but it got their heart racing, and they shot it.
Yep.
I mean, it's cool, and that's awesome. But I've also shot deer that I was aware of and hunted, and it's a lot more rewarding.
Yes,
and I assume that's kind of the root of your philosophy on it. And I'm sure this is different with every single deer, but if there was any common themes of someone that's like, okay, I'm going to go out and find the buck that I want to kill this fall, how are you taking that summer information and directly translating that into fall? And I'm not, because a lot of guys start October 1 too, which I feel like it seems like their patterns start to shift a little bit and the soybeans are starting to turn yellow. What does that look like just for someone that wants to have a better opportunity after their summer scouting?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you found your deer and you've got access to it.
Yep.
Okay. So now, in my opinion, okay, and the way that I do it is I want to spend as much time leading up to the time I'm going to try to kill him, getting my eyes on him. So it's really important through those transitions you're talking about, like when those beans start to turn yellow here, those deer have already left them in a lot of situations. They've went to the nuts. Acorns are a big deal here, and they start dropping in August, okay, and September, and they affect how the changes are. If you're not there to know those changes, you're poking in the blind, so to speak. So again, staying on top of the situation as much as you can and formulating a plan as it gets close as to where you're going to be that first period. For example, the first 15 days of the season, really, really important to me. If there's a specific deer that I've been watching and he's been making the mistake of doing the same thing 2 or 3 times a week, he's in trouble. That's not a good move for him to do. And, I've had that happen. It's very rewarding to be able to say, okay, I know where I'm going to be tomorrow and have the plan come together. But you don't have the plan come together if you're not paying attention. Does that make sense? I mean, that's what I'm saying is just to walk in blind. I hunted there last year and I'm just going to go walking in there. You're relying more on luck than what I want to rely on.
Sure.
I want to rely more. It may be the same. I killed 2 bucks out of the same exact tree, 2 years in a row, but I didn't do it because I just walked into that tree. I did it because I watched behavior happening around that area, and I made my move then.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, as your family will allow you, you need to stay focused.
Yeah.
You need to stay focused, and if you want to kill a big deer, that's the only commitment, in my opinion, that you have to make. It ain't rocket science and it ain't brain surgery, but it is work.
Just
definitely work.
Building knowledge and intel on the buck you're trying to kill. I mean, just
and effectively making your move. Have the tree or the area ready. Okay, don't go walking in there the night you're trying to kill him and go hacking away on stuff. That hacking away needed to happen a month ago. Okay, and have your access point ready where you're going to walk into that area. You might have a dozen trees in that area because you saw him come through there, or you saw him come through there. But have a number of those trees ready. It's work. It's definitely work. But like I said, it's not hard. It's just hard work.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. If it took a smart guy to get it done, I'm not your guy. So
I don't know. I think that's absolutely fair. It's just doing the work in order to go in there. And I think that a lot of times, just generally speaking, a lot of guys are missing one of those factors that you just talked about. Maybe they do observe or they have an idea, then they go in and then it's like, oh crap, I can only shoot 5 yards. This isn't going to work. And then they start sawing everything down and they're sweating and then, they blow it. But it might've been the right spot. And he may have walked through there that night, but you weren't prepared.
And that's a crucial mistake, because it's not that you'll never have another opportunity at him, but you may not have a current opportunity at him before his pattern changes, because that's huge. You need to be in the right place at the right time, and there could be right places all over the place, but the timing is everything.
Where are you putting your trail camera locations? Because obviously it sounds like food is one location, but where have you found the most effective trail camera locations for hunting a specific buck? And I know it's probably different based off the buck, but just any general rules of thumb that maybe people might want to implement.
It depends on like right now I've got what I call inventory cameras out. I put cameras out and I put mineral sites and rocks down, and I'm just looking to get pictures to see if they're transitioning from here to there and how they're getting there. Just trying to learn right now. Now, as we get closer to the season, I might, put a camera on the interior with nothing, just checking trails and I'll use cell cameras to do that. I mean, that is a dynamic invention, for guys that hunt like me. I mean, that cell camera, that immediate information. I think it's paramount. It's paramount. It really is. I think it's kind of silly. People say, well, it's not fair because they can react. You're not going to get a picture and go kill him. That's not how it works. But I might get a picture and kill him tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's definitely a value to that, and I use those in that manner. So cameras to me are transition areas. I try to find areas where they're moving from bedding to feeding, and I set cameras up to find out when they're going to be doing it.
What is your favorite time of year to hunt? Like favorite dates or give me the dream day for Steve to kill a giant buck.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, I won't give you a canned answer on that. It's going to be the night after I watched him do something that I can move on him. And I can send you some videos if you'd like.
That'd be excellent.
That I've actually recorded the night before, the afternoon before I watched him do it. The next day I was waiting on him and he showed up and did it. And that's an early season. You're not going to get that in late November or mid-November. It's a early October, late September, first couple of weeks, and I love it. I key on it. My last 3 or 4 Ohio deer have been that way, and I've been able to literally watch them the night before, set up on them the next day, and get it done.